The hospital smelled like antiseptic and blooming white lilies, but the air was heavy with panic. Nurses rushed toward room 304, where a pregnant woman lay on the floor, her gown crumpled, one hand gripping her stomach. Above her stood another woman, eyes blazing with jealousy and desperation, a handbag still raised in her trembling fist. No one could understand why someone would do such a thing, until the truth unraveled, piece by heartbreaking piece. What none of them knew then was who the pregnant woman's father was. And that secret would change everything. If you believe kindness and second chances can change lives, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Light of Kindness. Your support helps spread more healing stories like this. Aaliya had always been the quiet, gentle one. Born in a small town and raised by her mother alone, she grew up believing her father had abandoned them. Her mother never spoke much about him, just that he left before Aaliya was born. Even though the absence hurt, Aaliya made peace with it. She focused on school, on becoming someone stable and good, and when she met Umar at a charity event at 23, she thought life had finally rewarded her patience. Umar was kind at first, charming, attentive, the kind of man who held doors open and listened carefully. Aaliya trusted him with her whole heart. They married in a small, simple ceremony. Her mother cried softly, both with pride and fear. She had seen too much of life to trust too quickly. For the first year, everything was calm. They lived modestly, shared meals, laughed often. Aaliya believed she had found a home in Umar, but slowly cracks began to show. Umar started coming late, always on his phone, guarded. He would say work was heavy, business was stressful. Aaliya wanted to believe him. She repeated to herself that love means patience, but patience breaks when lies grow louder. One evening, when Umar came home smelling of unfamiliar perfume, Aaliya felt something inside her shift. It was a quiet breaking, like a thread snapping in the dark. She didn't confront him right away. She waited, hoping she was wrong, hoping love still meant something. Then one morning she found messages on his phone, conversations with a woman named Ryder. They weren't just flirtations, they were intimate, they were deep, and they had been going on for months. Aaliya didn't scream or throw things. She sat down, she breathed, and she cried silently into her hands. When she finally confronted Umar, he didn't deny it. He just stared, expression blank, as if he had been waiting for this moment. He said things like, "I was unhappy, and you never understand me, and the most cutting of all, maybe we were never right for each other." Aaliya stood there like the floor had opened beneath her feet. Then she found out she was pregnant. Her heart broke in two directions. One piece clung to her child, full of love and fear. The other piece held the weight of betrayal. She told Umar, voice trembling. He didn't react the way she imagined. No joy, no apology. Only shock, followed by confusion, followed by silence. The man who arrived at the hospital stepped out of a black government car. He was in his early 60s, dressed in a crisp suit. His face was stern, controlled, the face of a man used to commanding rooms and countries. This was General Farooq Raza, a highly respected military leader, a man whose presence alone made people straighten their backs and lower their voices. He walked directly to Sophia, and without a word he held her. Their history, their pain, their love, they did not need to be spoken aloud. "Yes," Sophia whispered, tears streaming, "she is yours." The general's face did not break, but something deep shifted in his eyes. His daughter, his child, the one he never knew he had. By the time Omar arrived, frantic and disheveled, he found the hall blocked by security officers. He tried to push through, but stopped when he saw who was standing inside the room. General Farooq Raza. Omar froze. Everyone knew the general, everyone respected him, and everyone feared disappointing him. The general turned slowly, and his voice was low, cold, and controlled. "You threw away the most precious gift God gave you," he said. "You neglected her, you hurt her, and now you have put my grandchild at risk." Omar tried to speak, but his words stumbled. The general approached him, not with aggression, but with gravity. "You do not deserve her," he said, "and you will never come near her again." Umar felt the weight of consequences then, deeper than any prison cell. It was the weight of losing something irreplaceable. Rita was taken into custody. Her cries echoed down the corridor, but no one came to comfort her. Aaliya woke hours later. Her child was safe. Her mother was holding her hand, and beside her, watching with quiet, aching regret, was General Farouk Raza. When she opened her eyes, he did not try to embrace her. He simply spoke, voice trembling for the first time in decades. "I never knew," he said, "but I am here now, and I will spend the rest of my life making up for the years you should have never lived without a father." Aaliya cried, not from pain but from release. The emptiness she had carried her whole life finally found a place to rest. Life did not become instantly perfect. Healing is slow, trust is fragile. But Aaliya had a home again, a real home. She raised her child surrounded by steady love. She built herself back into someone strong. And Umar? He saw her from afar sometimes, with regret pulling at him like a tide, but he knew he had no right to step forward anymore. As for Rita, she spent her days learning the bitter lessons of consequences, understanding too late that love taken by force is not love at all. Aaliya named her daughter Noor, because after everything, she was the light that remained. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Light of Kindness. Your engagement helps us. Continue sharing meaningful stories that heal and inspire. Special request, please comment one word describing how this story made you feel. And remember, kindness is never weakness. It is the strongest power we have.